happening? Andy here. I am joined today by AJ Brasel of Clover. How are you? How are you today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I am great. It's good to see you. It is a cloudy, cool, cruddy day here in Western New York. You were up in, well, Clover's all over the place. So where are you today?
I'm in our Hoffman Estates corporate headquarters office today. It's right outside of Chicago. So our weather's pretty similar, very gray day today.
Yeah, I think that's going to be our look, ours and yours for the next while. Um, Kind of a bummer, but it is what it is, right? We're right in the thick of winter. Seems like a really good time to head to Arizona. We're going to be heading out to ECS, the conference. I know you guys are going to be out there too. Clover is a big supporter of it, so we'll all be out in Arizona this week. You're making that trip, yes?
Yeah, I'll be there. We've got a good crew going. It's going to be a great meeting. Looking forward to seeing a lot of people and kicking the year off very strong.
It's a
So.
great it's a great kickoff for the year. I agree. Just before we get into our little interview today, what just give us the background, the 30,000 foot elevator pitch, whatever you want to call it. Who's Clover?
Yeah, so Clover Imaging Group, we are the largest remanufacturer of aftermarket toner supplies in the industry. We remanufacture our product. So everything is a refurbished or recycled product that we sell to our dealers to help them with a cost savings value proposition for their customers, help them with their profitability. We really specialize in helping our dealer partners grow in the market and deliver a sustainable quality product to their customers. Allows them to differentiate and diversify their portfolio so they're not tied to a specific OEM, allows them to get a little bit more aggressive in the market and win new business. And we're really focused on helping our dealers grow and expand into their local markets. Because when they win, we win. So, we've got a great product and we want to help our partners out. So, 30,000 foot view, I could give you guys a lot of information on toner cartridges, but I don't think anybody's going to be interested in that today. So,
You'd be surprised, but just beyond that, you guys, I've been working with you for many years now, and you work with a lot of OEMs. You work with a ton of dealers, especially some of the bigger dealers. But it's not just toner and ink, right? Like, there's printers. You have an MPS program, right?
yeah, absolutely. So our entire portfolio is geared towards helping dealers in their market, and whether they're a BTA, an office products dealer, whatever type of product portfolio, the breadth of their portfolio is that they sell, we're going to be able to help. So to your point, we have a full assortment of printer parts, OEM and refurbished printer parts. We sell printers, both OEM, refurbished, recertified printers. And then, inkjet cartridges, toner cartridges. We've gotten into wide
You're known
format
for
post
that.
supply. Anything that really prints, we want to be a partner and a resource for our dealers. And then on top of that, just outside of the imaging industry, Clover is expanding into some different avenues in 3PL and distribution as well. So, it's a great company and looking forward to additional growth and more things to come.
Well, you guys are, it's a legendary company. I mean, it's been around a long time. It's a major sponsor at some of the events that we've been at over the years, and even just a regular sponsor at typical events like BTA and again like this ECS event. So let's talk about your we just finished 22 and we're starting 23. So I feel like it's a good time to kind of catch up and check in and see how'd you do in 23. What were some of the big things that you were working on as far as working with the dealers?
Yeah, so last year was a great year for us. I think no secret to anybody that the print industry took a little bit of a hit through COVID, and a lot of people not being in the office, print declined pretty substantially. So we lost business just like everybody else. But last year, I felt like we really made a lot of inroads in terms of growing back the base of our business to where we were prior to COVID, and we've made a lot of steps and changed the way we're integrating with our dealers and working with our partners in order to be a little bit different. We don't want to be just a toner provider to our partners. We want to work with our dealers side by side, help them win deals, help them look at current customers and exploring opportunities within that base of business to enhance profitability, increase margin, or increase overall revenue, everything. So 2022, we really got our reps in the dealer community a little bit more integrated. We started doing a lot more sales training, a lot more engagements on the MPS side. We have helped a ton of MPS, our BTA dealers that traditionally haven't been focused on MPS, get their feet wet in with, starting MPS programs, and they're growing. We're also helping our dealers kind of combat some of the price increases and changes with their OEM programs in order to enhance their profitability and bring it back. Everybody's looking at bottom line right now. Everybody's looking at profitability, and we are a very, very good partner for our dealers to accomplish those goals. So 2022, especially in the back half, the last 6 months, we won a ton of business, and a lot of it was just by engaging and working with our dealers intimately, understanding their business and where they need help, and getting customized and helping them with their specific needs. So excited to continue that in 2023 and work with new partners. So 2022 was a great year.
So let's dig a little deeper on the MPS part of that discussion. You alluded to the program that you guys have, and obviously it's well suited to a company that provides aftermarket parts and supplies, right? But with what's going on with the supply chain issues, and I think most of the companies have gotten back to normal, but last year there was a major hiccup in toner shipping for several companies. It wasn't just one company. There were a bunch of companies out there. I'm sure you got a little bit more interest from people in that. But then moving forward and looking at this MPS, how's that played out? You look at what's going on. You mentioned it. You've got price increases going up on hardware. Supplies prices are going up. Parts prices are going up. Right. Your cost of doing your cost of service is going up if you're a dealer because gas is more expensive and your labor is costing you more. You've got interest rates are, the highest they've been in a very long time. So literally every part of that proposal has had an increase. So Let me ask you, AJ, where is one place that these guys can turn to try to even that out and recoup some of those margins that they're losing in literally every single other part of that deal?
Yeah, so the obvious answer is utilizing an aftermarket supply, and we're going to work with our dealers to make sure that their pricing fits in with what their customers are looking for in order for them to be as profitable as possible. But the big thing is that print environments and people's habits changed a ton during COVID. A lot of people are working from home. A lot of people really decreased their staff. They're doing more with less headcount. And so we've seen a kind of a shift in terms of habits from the dealer community as well. We're seeing a little bit less opportunities to install large copiers because there's less people in the office. So they've moved to desktop models. People are holding on to hardware longer because for 2 years they weren't printing on hardware. So it didn't have that, normal wear and tear.
Mileage, yeah.
Yeah. And so you talk about interest rates being higher. A lot of dealers historically have, their reps are highly compensated on going out and looking at, high volume opportunities and placing a copier. And a lot of times they try to direct their customer to less prints at the desktop printers, more prints to the copier, and they just completely ignore the HPA4 brother Lexmarks that are in an environment. And with supply chain being the way it is, with all of those factors that you just mentioned, and then also salespeople, it's hard to get into net new business right now. There's less business out there, so the competition is insane. Going out and working with current customers and doing fleet takeovers where you don't have to, urge your customer to place a bunch of new hardware and take out a lease. You can just take over what they've currently got and service them with, kind of a one size fits all program or a customized program, depending on the opportunity, but loop it into your contract with them on the copier and just capture more business at a customer where you don't have to do a lease agreement. You don't have to go out and search for an OEM to help you. We can help you every step of the way on that proposal and closing it and getting it up and running. So a dealer can just make easy margin on a current customer where they've already got a relationship. It's the least expensive way to bring on net new business is to do it with somebody you're already doing business with. So that's where the opportunity is, and it helps dealers kind of bypass all of those heartburn issues that you just brought up. I mean, it's a no-brainer situation for our customers, and they're buying in.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I mean, MPS is it's still an expanding market. It's still growing. It's amazing we're this far into it, but there are still a lot of unmanaged printers out there that are just sitting there. Are there certain customers that you find, or certain verticals that you are encouraging dealers to go look at right now, or is it just wide open? Education's got plenty, healthcare's got plenty. I mean, where are you guys targeting?
Yeah, so I mean, really, we'll take anything and everything. We want to help our dealers regardless of what type of vertical they focus on. But some of the big ones right now, I mean, manufacturing hasn't gone anywhere. People still have to be in the facility for a manufacturing opportunity. Same with anything having to do with distribution. Education still really big. Healthcare is massive. We're starting to see law firms come back into the office, and seeing those types of opportunities pop up again. We've been really successful lately in state and local government. That's been a new vertical for us that we've been really hitting hard in the last year. We've got a couple of individuals that are really good at looking at bids and helping make sure that it's spec'd the right way for a dealer to win. And we've been picking up new business that way. So really, I guess, yeah, it is wide open. There's less opportunities that are out there and probably less volume, but people are still printing. The market is still there, and there's still a ton of opportunity for our customers.
And you guys, like you mentioned, you'll walk in with the dealer, you'll hand in hand with them, help them through the whole process when they get an opportunity for a big bid, right? And you'll sit down with them and help work through, maybe provide some pricing. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
you'll help them with the bid. It's not just we'll help you fulfill it. We'll help you get the deal.
Yeah, so it doesn't have to be big. I mean, that's the thing that I want to drive home to a lot of these guys is that people have historically, especially on the MPS side, overcomplicated it to the point where, the old school thinking of MPS was you got to go in, it's got to be, 50, 100 printers, tons of volume. That's not the case. You can get people set up on an MPS contract with 10 printers and just loop it in once again if they've got a copier, or just take it over, without a copier. It doesn't have to be big. We'll help you guys, the dealers, with those opportunities as well. Obviously, if it's a big opportunity, we'll look at it. We'll help with pricing. We will get creative if it needs additional support outside of just the toner we provide. We'll look at the printers that are being utilized in that environment and make suggestions if there's stuff that really is not being used correctly. They've got a real low volume piece of hardware that's getting a ton of prints put to it. It's like, why are you doing that with that? The cost per page on that is awful. We'll help them look for opportunities to increase margin with high yield, high capacity cartridges. And then something else that we've been really successful with lately, and we're seeing it in a lot of opportunities, is people are really focused in and interested in going more, to a more green product and something that's a little bit more sustainable. And we've got a ton of statistics. We've got recycling programs. We've got additional features that we can put into an end user opportunity with a dealer to help them hit sustainability, measures that they're looking to hit in this year, or a lot of companies are trying to go carbon neutral, and we've got a good product. We're like one of the only products out there that's less expensive than the OEM while going green. So that's also been a big push for us as well. So I mean, we want to look at any deal a dealer's working on and help them find ways to kind of give them a leg up on their competition.